Appreciate you stopping by to check out another video here. Today we are going to do an unboxing, a quick installation, discussion, and a review of a Bluetooth intercom system. I've looked at a lot of these different devices, looked at a lot of various models made by manufacturers such as Sena and Cardo. Most recently looked at the Sena 30K, I believe, that is around $350. Allows you to connect up to 8 riders, FM radio, Bluetooth connectivity, has a range of about 1.2 miles. The Cardo PackTalk Bold will allow you to connect, I think, 15 riders. I don't know that I have 15 people I'd ride with, to be honest with you. But if that's your thing, then, that might be the route you want to go. It also has FM radio, Bluetooth connectivity, similar range of about 1.2 miles. And that device sells for about $340. For me, I might have one, maybe 2 other people with me when I ride. I don't listen to the radio or to music off of my phone unless I am commuting and stuck in traffic. But for the most part, my riding is kind of, mountain rides, cutting through canyons here in Colorado. I tend to just enjoy the visceral experience of riding, listening to the road noise, the motorcycle, listening to a creek occasionally if there's one next to the road I'm riding on. So I did want to buy one of these devices because I have some longer rides coming up, some multi-day trips. I want to make sure that I can get my phone calls and get my turn-by-turn directions off of GPS. So when I decided to pull the trigger, I went on Amazon, looked around. I found a distributor called Wingsport, WINGSPORT, that sells this device here for $49.99. This is listed as a BTS3, and if you're looking for specifics off the tag, hopefully you guys can pick that up. If not, shoot me a message in the comments, and I will be happy to share with you what I have. This device says that it can connect 3 riders or 3 different people. I will say that you have to have this device to connect them. On the Sena and the Cardo, it states that you can connect any mainstream or large manufacturer Bluetooth intercom system. This one does clearly say that it must be this device. They do sell this in a 2-pack. If you want to buy one for a friend, if you got a passenger, buying it in a 2-pack, I believe it's about $95. Again, 50 reviews on this, roughly, about a 4.6 rating. I ordered this on Wednesday around 12:30, and it was on my doorstep when I got home on Thursday around 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So about 28 hours turnaround from order to me actually receiving this. This device does have FM radio, can connect to Apple or Android. It's water resistant. Says it has a range of 800 to 1,000 meters, so you're about half a mile on this. Says that it's clear for up to 120 kilometers per hour, so about 72 miles per hour. And it also says that it fits on almost any motorcycle helmet. I happen to have a Shoei RF1200. That's the helmet that I am going to install this on. And it also looks like this distributor has some great customer service from what I have seen on Amazon. So for the price point, I thought I would take a chance, spend the $49.99, and if I'm not happy with it and have to send it back, then I will do so, and I don't have, $350 tied up someplace. So, with that being said, we'll see what it does, see what it's capable of. Let's get it unboxed and get it put in the helmet, shall we? Thank you. All right, so let's see what's in this box here. Get this taken off. You got the unit placed right here on the top. Looks like there's an accessory pack over here. You should be able to mount this with either a clamp or via Velcro. So looks like you've got your clamp in there. You've got your microphone. It's going to fit inside the helmet. There's the unit itself, front and back. Looks like it's fairly well made. Feels not exceptionally bulky, but certainly substantial enough. Let's see here. You've got your user manual, and then in here you have your speakers and your cable connectors, as well as the microphone. Looks like all of this has some peel and stick adhesive to put it in the helmet. So let me see if I can go ahead and get that started. All right, so this is the Shoei RF1200 that I installed the Bluetooth system in. One of the nice things about this particular helmet is the fact that there are actually inserts already cut out to hold these speakers. So on both sides of this helmet, there's a little hole or a little concave area where you can actually put the speaker. They'll fit in there nice and snug, so I didn't even have to take the adhesive off the back of those when I put them in. As you can see, the microphone boom I have running across this speaker on the left side of the helmet, and then behind the pad I actually attached the microphone and then ran it across the speaker and into the cheek pad. So the mic itself is sitting right about here underneath the cheek pad. Hopefully that'll keep a lot of wind noise from being introduced into any type of a conversation that I will have. All the wires are tucked in behind the liner, so you can't see those. As far as the mounting bracket, I did use the Velcro adhesive mount when I put the unit on, because the other option would have been to use this mount. And effectively what you would do is loosen up those two screws, make sure that your spacing is correct there, and then slide this underneath the shell. But on this particular helmet, when I was trying to slide it underneath this shell, it seemed like I was going to cause damage to this pad on the outside. So in lieu of doing that, I just went ahead, put the helmet on, kind of dry fitted this, made sure that it was actually going to be where I could interface with it nice when I was on the motorcycle, and then attached it and proceeded to route everything inside. So make sure you dry fit everything before you take any of the backing off, then attach it where you need it to be, and you should be good to go. Hey, what's up everybody? So it's been about a week since I installed this on my RF1200, and I think I've taken it through just about all the paces that I can, short of conferencing it with another device. I have listened to the FM radio. I have interfaced with the phone to pull music and listen during rides. The sound of the audio coming into the helmet certainly is not comparable to anything like a high-end Bose system or a Beats by Dre earbud, but it's also loud enough and clear enough that you can hear it even at speeds of up to 75, 80 miles an hour during this testing period. I've taken several phone calls and I've placed several phone calls. Some of those calls I have done with the visor open and the chin vent open as well. No problems whatsoever with people being able to hear me. And in fact, the folks I was talking to were surprised to hear that I was actually on the motorcycle while I was talking to them. The only thing that I heard on one phone call out of 10 was, "You sound a little muffled." And during that phone call, I was around 70, 75 mile an hour. I did have the visor closed and I had the chin vent open. I'm guessing that I sounded a little muffled simply because I have the microphone, kind of the boom routed behind the liner and the tip of the microphone tucked in behind the cheek pad. But even though I was muffled, I did not have to repeat myself on anything that I was saying. So I'm very impressed with the quality of both, receiving and placing calls on this device. In terms of receiving calls, I don't know if this will be the case with every system. In fact, I believe there's a blurb in the instructions that says not all functions will work the same with every cell phone. I have a Samsung Galaxy Note 9, and what I can tell you is that with that device, if you receive a call and you do not reject the call, it will automatically answer the call while you're on a ride. So that's good and bad. I think that it's good because if you set a custom ringtone for anybody in your contact list, that ringtone actually plays through the speakers so you can hear exactly what the ringtone would be, just as if you were walking and had the phone in your pocket or something of that variety. So you know if you want to answer that call or not. So what I have done now is I've set a ringtone for the 2 or 3 people that I want to answer calls from, even if I'm on a ride. And if I hear that, then I can just let it continue to ring, and I know that it'll answer automatically. If it's anybody else, I can just reach up, touch the phone button, hold it down for 2 seconds, and instead of answering the call, it rejects it. And then the other thing that I like is it'll go right back into whatever other interface you are currently in, whether it's a GPS turn-by-turn directions that you're listening to, or even if you have some sort of music playing, and even if you're connected to something like Pandora. So if you reject the call, it just goes right back into auto-playing whatever it is you were listening to before the call came in. So, again, I think that for the price point, it's certainly something that if you've been thinking about buying one of these Bluetooth intercom systems, you should certainly, have some confidence in going ahead and spending the money and getting this thing installed. So if you do, let me know what you think. As always, appreciate you guys stopping by. Ride safe.